Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. Today we are covering the Reserve New Player Map Guide. We're going to cover the spawns, the extracts, all the things you need to know for the danger areas, the loot. So without further ado, let's crack straight into it. Alright, so for Reserve, this is the Reserve map. I've tried my best to get to a location. I can show you a bit of the map overview. The way the spawns work is you can spawn literally in that field over there, behind the train station, all along that back wall. There's spawns, like next to that tower down there, in that section, in that bunker over there, also the bunkers over here, and then also in another bunker on that side here. You can also spawn underneath this building, or up on top of here, or inside the bunker section just down this little bottom bit here. So that's pretty much where all the spawns are. So it's very congested. This map is not a very big map in like in ground space, but it has multiple levels and it's got like underground sections and lots of building floors and that. In the past, you weren't able to go on the ground. It was nearly entirely a map that was up on the top only, and it was a sniping heaven. It was a lot of fun to snipe on. Now, after the first 5-10 minutes, everything goes underground and you don't really see many players above. So just take note of that. This is the dome. You can actually see this dome on the shoreline map, and you can Red Rebel extract on shoreline, and you can also Red Rebel extract on this map. So one of the extracts we'll start off with right here. If you have the Red Rebel, which you can get from a barter trade or you can buy straight up, and it spawns on pretty much the main place to find it is on Sturman or in Sturman's stash. That's the place you can find it, but ultimately you can buy it or barter trade. You need the paracord, and you have to be not wearing body armor. You can wear an armored rig, and you are allowed to wear a backpack. So once you have that, you run to this spot here behind the dome and you extract. It's that simple. Now for inside the actual dome itself, there are some filing cabinets to loot and some weapon crates and that. It used to have better loot. It's not really that good anymore. There was a lot of intel spawns. There's a key called RLSA. So if you go, I think, onto the third floor, it's, no, or it might be the second floor. It's like this window here somewhere. It might be that, actually that one there. So it's on the third floor. RLSA, there's a couple of filing cabinets in that. You used to be able to find like coftums and stuff in that, but not much anymore. Now for these buildings at the back, there's the safe and then the filing cabinets. I'd highly recommend having your keys in a docs case for this map, or have them inside like a key tool in an empty docs case, because there is a lot of filing cabinets and you'll find stuff like tech manuals and diaries, and labs key cards, access cards spawn in this map as well. And then also you have the safes as well. So if you loot in the safes, a lot of items like GP coins, Bitcoins, diaries, all can get dropped off into a docs case. So it's worth holding on to that. Now this is KPRL. Okay, yeah, KPRL. There's two more safes in here. So there's one up the top of this. And this is why you should have the docs case. You know, your cash can go in there. You got your teapots, cats, and there's another safe over here. A intel spawns on top of there as well. And you also have like a weapon crate and that in there as well. So yeah, Sash drive can spawn, go in there, bam. It's a guaranteed like 40k. So yeah, on top of there can be an intel spawn, and there's also another intel spawn right here. I'm not going to show you all the intel spawns because they're not very common anymore, but it's just good to know. Now, if you're actually a little bit cluey, you can prime this up, and then you can pay attention to people running around, and you can actually learn the actual point of aims to get people. But it's very easy to snipe someone that's on it if they start shooting. Now, I kind of want to go around the left and then finish up over on the right-hand side, and then go underground. So I think we can come to the agreement. This is the Queen building right in front of me. Now, the Hermetic door lever is located inside here. All right, I'm not going to flick it, but I don't know, the editor, Nafa, he can put the audio on right now so you can hear it. Yeah, that's what happens once you hear that noise. That means someone's flicked that lever. And then you know that people will have flicked that and you can take the Hermetic extract. Now, inside this building, King, Queen, I don't know what you want to call it. It's a building. There's a server racks here. It used to have really, really good loot located both on this side, on top of here, and then on this side, and then throughout all the actual servers at the back here. Graphics cards to spawn and all that kind of stuff. kind of gone to shit now. Reserve used to be one of the best maps for loot. Now it's middle tier at best. Still really good for PvP though, and it does have some good loot. Now, if you're really desperate for meds, you can come upstairs here. There's some duffel bags located in this room. Now, loot is always worse in offline mode. I have to say this in every one of the map guides, but you know, there's med spawns back here, med bag and that. I think there's 2 that can spawn in this room. And then moving through this way, you want to check all these shelves for spawns, and then there's a hidden spawn underneath the ground here. You'll just see the white dot pop up. Another spawn right there. So say how that ES lamp's there. Say I was to chuck it into here. It disappears. Magic, hey? So yeah, there can actually be items there, and it's the same with the floor here. So bam, disappeared. So sometimes you'll find like Coftoms, Vertexes, might be just like a CPU fan or something, will be located right there. So magical powers. Inside here. So this building, I won't go up through all the floors, but there is an intel spawn that's there, filing cabinets here, and there is some more electronic spawns inside this room. If we were to go upstairs, there's on the next floors up, there are some more filing cabinets to search and some toolboxes. And then same with this room, there's toolbox spawns that are located here. Like another one there. There is a way downstairs into the bunker, which I'll show you later. Coming across to the other side. Now, this is the White Bishop building. This is also a medical building. So you do have weapon crates on the left-hand side as you come in. I think there's another one in the back here. Right there. But you're mostly coming into this building for meds or going underneath into the bunker. So all these rooms here that look like this have med spawns. They were located back here on the call them the trestle tables? No, not trestle tables. They're stretchers. We'll call them stretchers. So yeah, check all these spots for med spawns. If you're early in your playthrough and you're looking for saloons, quite good for that. And you can find them on all these things and all these tables as well. Coming upstairs using our next set of keys. So I think this is SMP. And then the next one is KSM. So SMP, there's meds along the shelves. You also need this for a quest. That's why the key can be quite expensive. And then same with this one here. This is the KSM, I believe. Yep, this is KSM. So also got med spawns and a duffel bag that usually spawns there. You can go on the roof. Now, when the snow was here, this was amazing for sniping. Because these trees had no leaves and you could see straight through them. And I got all my shootable and heaven kills on top of this roof very quickly. Now that the trees are back and the green leaves, I kind of wish the trees would just die. So then that way I could actually snipe again from top of this building. There are some weapon crates up the top. But on this end, there are some more med spawns here in this room and along this shelf. And you can actually get a lot of people running across this field early in the raid. So if you're very fast here, you can actually get in here and get some easy kills. Now, going back through this way. So the night buildings. Now, there are keys for these ones. They're all the RB MP keys. So it's MP 11, 21, 22, 12, all those kind of keys. I have one of them on me. I'm not sure which one. But yeah, so inside all these rooms, you're looking for mostly jackets and filing cabinets is the most common items you'll find. So there's two jackets on this side. There's 3 on the other one. Another 2 will be here. Graphics cards can spawn here. Filing cabinets coming upstairs. You've got yourself more filing cabinets. And toolboxes. So toolbox there. Jackets. Filing cabinets. These are both locked. So I've got this one. So depending on which room, some of them can spawn tank batteries if you're after the tank batteries for regulated materials. I don't really stress about doing that anymore, trying to find one in raid, because you can get the tank battery for regulated materials off Kaban, the boss of streets. So when you get that quest finally, you get the tank battery. But yeah, you can actually also get, I'm pretty sure it's this room, you can get a fully modded AK, which is kind of nice. These rooms are half decent for getting a bit of cash up, but the problem is you're going to be running into a lot of players. This area is very hot. There's 3 computers in here. There's one there. There's one there, and there's one over this side. And you got the filing cabinet, and you also have more filing cabinets in here. So if you're got that empty docs case, like got all your keys and a key tool, and you got that empty docs case, and you start looting all these filing cabinets, if you went like, I'm not saying you should do this, but if you are like a bit broke, pistol backpack, empty docs case with a key tool full of all the keys, you would fill that docs case, and if you die, you're going to make a couple 100,000 rubles with even when you die. I would suggest not doing pistol backpack on this map. I would do pistol rig, because then you can take the no backpack extract. So, where's the no backpack extract? It's literally just located right over here. Just be careful of players camping it for their shootable in heaven task. You've got a couple of options on how to do it. You can just stand on this side and just wiggle like this so you don't go, if you go too far left, it'll cancel it. Or if you feel like they're not up in the dome, you can be on this side, or you can literally go prone and crawl under there. It's up to you. Inside the bottom of that is also 2 more filing cabinets. So this place is filing cabinet heaven. You've got your 2 jackets in here. Another toolbox is on the bottom of this one, I think it is. And now we're moving over to RBST. Now, this used to be a really good spot to get tank batteries. Don't stress about buying this key if it's really expensive, because you'll get it from a quest from Peacekeeper eventually. When you get to like the wet job area, there's tank battery spawns on like these crates here. And then also plenty of grenade case boxes. And also ammo. So, like I said, offline mode has worse loot, but usually you'll find grenade boxes. There's weapon crates, like multiple weapon crates. Another one there, another grenade box here. You can get some decent loot from this room here. Now running across to the night building, the other of the night buildings. Go outside. So the scav boss for this map is Glukhar or Glukhar. I like to call him Glukhar. He can spawn in the train station area. Now this is not, depending on the wipe, last wipe he would only spawn in that area. Now he's back to spawning pretty much all over the shop. So he can spawn in the train station. He can spawn in either of these 2 night buildings, and also in the barracks on the far other end. He can also spawn underneath in the bunker down below. When I get there, I'll show you it. For this building, there's 3 jackets in here. A heap of filing cabinets in this one, and then some more locked rooms. So I think it's like another one of the MP keys for these. I think you can only open one of them, or maybe both. I can't remember. Another filing cabinet. You can actually get an Acer spawn, which is actually worth a couple 100k, or it used to be worth a couple 100k. It's probably worth 100 now. And then up here for more weapon crates and loose weapon spawns. A lot of loose weapon spawns. Weapon parts up here, so on these racks, and then also up the top. Be very careful coming up the top here. People from dome and around will try and snipe you, but if you hear someone shooting out in the field, you can quickly come and do your snipe, and then get the hell away from here. Now do not fall down that hole, but you can definitely fall down this one. Another locked room here, one of the MP keys. And when those locked rooms are usually either filing cabinets, jackets, toolboxes, or weapon parts / full guns, like actual AKs with sometimes modded. So yeah, weapon crate, filing cabinets, more loose spawn along here. Now 2 options to get down. You can go through the hole here, or you can vault just over the gap here. I'm just going to go this way. Now, to go down into the bunker, you've got this option of a doorway here. This is the cage room bunker. There's 2 different bunkers to talk about. So there's a jacket and it goes down there. You can go down either like part of this, I guess, silo. There's that entrance there, and there's one further down. And there's also just on the other side of this red bricked section there. As for the Rook building, The train extract happens around the 18-minute mark. The train will arrive. You'll be able to board the train and then leave. It leaves about 7 to 10 minutes later. And you'll hear the train horn. So it'll blast its horn when it arrives. It'll blast its horn when it leaves in 1 minute. And then, yeah, after that. So there are a heap of weapon boxes inside there. Just be careful. You can get up on the roof section through the back, and people will climb up here. There is a 50 cal located on the other side. Now, marked room is located at that end of the building. It's the RBVO marked room. And then the RBAO is on this end. It's actually got some weapon spawns and all that. It's actually pretty decent. You get the key for a quest reward. So I don't think I have it on me. RBAO, no. But it's actually not a bad room to loot if you're after weapon parts, and it'll have like AKS-74Us. It'll have AK-74Ns in there. I used to have a modded AK, but I'm not sure if it still does. Now, a marked room can spawn anything from docs case, key tool, injector case, dog tag case, ammo boxes. So if you do find a marked key and you like that map, I'd say hold on to it. Otherwise, sell it, because they sell for about 1.5 mil at the moment. As for this section of the map, when Glukhar spawns in here, it usually spawns at this end or down the very end, just over this side. There are a couple of ration supply crates. I can't open them in offline mode for some stupid reason. So there's 2 rations here, and there's a technical just inside that section right there. A lot of people don't know about these crates in here, but you don't need keys to get to them. You can literally loot this one just straight through the wall. That's a ration supply crate. Another ration supply crate here. You used to have to jump over, but you don't have to anymore. And then there's a technical supply crate, which you don't need to learn how to do the jump anymore. You can just vault up, and bam, you got yourself another technical supply crate. So if you're on this side of the map, that's the easiest way to do it. You can vault out as well. Now, down for underneath, you've got the bunker cage room. So, these keys are the RB, PSV 1 and 2, PSP 1 and 2. I'll have an image pop up on the screen to tell you which key opens up which cage, but ultimately you should just get all 4 of them if you're going to come down here. So I don't actually know which one's off the top of my head. I'll just buy all 4. So this one is primarily ration supply crates in this one. So there's a technical here, and there's a med just on the other side of that, and then there's like 5 ration supplies in that one. This is a really good spot to loot if you're in a duo or a trio, because you can fill your backpacks, send one person to go hit the hermetic door lever, and then you can extract through the hermetic door while covering for that guy to run back over and pick up his bag. The hermetic switch I showed you guys, the extract is actually located back on top of the entryway that we came down. I'll have a little video pop up now to show you exactly where the extract is. But yeah, so that's up there. Save me running all the way back just to show you. But yeah, this one's got mostly technical supply crates in there and a little bit of rations. This one has a mixture of all 3. And then lastly, this cage has 3 medical supply crates and 1 technical supply crate. So if the keys cost you like 400-500k with 40 uses, I can guarantee you'll make the 400k back easily in the first one. If you're working as a team, you can definitely loot up every single item there and make millions. Earlier in the wipe, the better when it comes to barter trade items. Now that's primarily everything that's on this side of the map. Don't think I missed anything. The train should be arriving soon. Down this far end, there is the Scav co-op extract. So, as a PMC, you need to team up with the Scav, or with the Scav, you need to team up with the PMC, and then you just run pretty much up to where that, I think it's a BTR. Or striker. That vehicle right there. Might be a striker, actually. No, it's BTR. Anyway, you need to go up to that vehicle right there. And if you double tap O and you see it green, I'm not saying all the other stuff, but if you see Scavlands co-op as a green, run over there and you'll be able to hopefully team up with someone to extract. There is pretty much no loot to worry about in this whole section of the map. When it comes to the barracks buildings. So, Glukhar can spawn in this building. I don't know why it's not letting me jump. So Glukhar can spawn in this building on any of the 3 floors. And he can also spawn... he usually spawns on the left-hand side of this building over here. So just be careful if you're hearing a lot of gunfire. Look, I'm talking heaps of gunfire. It's usually Glukhar with 6 minions. Just be wary of that happening. Because there's probably a team of players or a player trying to fight them all. And there's a lot of gunfire going down to kill them all. So for this building, there is pretty much loot on every floor. It used to be one of the most valuable, like reserve used to be off its tits when it came to loot. Like graphics card spawns, Tetra spawns in this room. I haven't seen them anymore. Like I don't run reserve a lot anymore, but along here it'd be technical spawns. Like when I say technical spawns, I mean like costumes, all like your military cables. I'm trying to think of the other ones. They would all vendor for at least like 40,000 rubles each. So they're just not there anymore, unfortunately, like GPXs and stuff. On this floor, that doorway there's a heap of med spawns. Actually, I'll just go and show you. It's easy. And that's the train horn right there. So the train's just arrived. So yeah, med spawns on here. There'll be med boxes as well. The ground floor doesn't have a lot of great loot, besides RBAM can be quite handy. Now, RBAK, you don't need the key for. You can just drop down. Most people just call this the drop-down room. You got the computers, but you can find graphics cards, costumes, CPU fans, PSUs, all that kind of stuff on these shelves in the middle. You can jump out through the back window as well. So if you do get in here and you get trapped, you don't have to go through the front window. This is RBAM. It's a quite handy little room. It's got a couple of toolboxes. Has an intel spawn on the chair. Just right there. And if you're after kappa items, this used to be a really good place to get fire steels and fire clean gun lube and stuff. So, weapon parts and jacket. Used to be a lot of toolkits would spawn in here as well. Now, for these buildings, I'll probably just show you one of them because I don't like it. They're pretty much mirrored, but I'll explain to you how they work. So, this side down the bottom is where Glukhar will spawn. On the second floor, on the left-hand side here, there's a lot of med spawns. Like, if you're after Saluas and morphine and that kind of stuff, there's a lot of med spawns here. Unfortunately, LEDXs do not spawn on this map, or at least at this stage, so you won't be able to get any LEDXs. Now, these cage rooms that look like this, they're called Orb. So there's this building and that building has them over there. You can find full AKS-74Us and AK-74Ns in these. A lot of weapon parts that can be quite valuable, like 60-round mags and stuff. And if you see a mag like this, unload it, and sometimes it can have like 995 in it and stuff like that. So some really good ammo. So keep an eye out for that. You've got the filing cabinets there, and a lot of these buildings have filing cabinets and weapon boxes just sprawled out throughout them as well. So it can be quite valuable to check them out. This is RBOB. This is only needed for a quest, but it used to have an intel spawn on there and gold chains that would spawn in here. I haven't seen them in forever, but just be wary that, you know, they used to, so maybe the spawns will come back. And then we have another orb room in here. This one isn't locked. So AK spawns, filing cabinets, ammo. Ammo now is actually quite... the good ammo is quite hard to get outside of raid. So if you see those little ammo boxes sitting around, you can even find like 120 rounds of like 995 now and some like BP and BT ammo. You can actually get a lot of really good ammo. As for the rest of this, I wouldn't stress too much about showing you inside this building, but there's 2 more orb rooms on this side. And then you can loot weapon crates and stuff throughout the building. I'll go down and show you underneath. So if you want to go through the bunker, this takes you down into the bunker section. I want to show you the marked room first. I think this one's RBTB. So in here is some weapon parts. On the right, there's an actual weapon rack. And in that rack has a fully modded AK spawn. So we're talking like it's like an AK, I want to say a 105, but it might be like a 74M. And it's like completely modded out with like MOE parts and stuff. So for the cost of the key being like probably 50,000 rubles, it's worth checking just in case you get that AK spawn, and it's probably worth about 2 to 300,000 just for that. This is the marked room RBBK, going back to saying how it's got like docs cases, key tools, ammo boxes. What's the other one? Injector and dog tag case can be there. Now this is the bunker. This is where shit goes crazy. And if you're a scav and you love this map, you'll generally come down here to check to find all the dead players. And hopefully some raiders will spawn. So we've got the supply crates here. So ration, I think it's ration, technical, medical, something like that. Or ration, medical, technical. Yeah, so this is the medical. And then that's the technical. If we go back down here, I know it's very dark. Hopefully Nafa had made the overlay look nice and shiny for you guys, but I'll flick the lights on. Come into this room and listen. After you flick that lever, listen, and if you hear a voice line of a scav or like sounds like a player as well, that's the raiders spawning in. If you are in a squad, have your whole squad come into this room. We're not 100% sure this works, but we feel like if you have your players spread out, the raiders don't spawn. But if if you are all in this room, generally speaking, the raiders will spawn. I feel like they don't spawn when your players are all spread out. Anyway, filing cabinets galore. So there's filing cabinets more there. Some weapon boxes as well. The weapon box is sometimes like a little bit hidden. Another 3 more filing cabinets. There's more filing cabinets back here. 2 more there, 1 more there. An intel spawn is right here. Another one right here. I'll show you where the other intel spawns are real quick. If I'm not mistaken, there is another one that spawns inside there. And one that spawns on that table. So worth checking as you're going past. They're rare now, but they're worth 400,000 rubles just to look at, like as you're going past anyway. As for the rest of this area, when the raiders spawn in, it's pretty chaotic. Players will be coming from everywhere. There's also 2 quests that require you to come down here, maybe 3, actually 3. So there's classified documents where it's like pick up some documents. There is the bunker part 1 and 2. So part 1 makes you go inside where the lever is. Part 2 makes you go to all the entryways. So that's pretty much these doorways here. So you got to go to each of these doorways, each of the buildings. This is that building before that I told you that I said had come down. So you know how I showed you how the items would disappear, placing it on that little shelf. So yeah, they're all connected. And this is why a lot of the people don't fight upstairs anymore, and a lot of the fighting happens underneath. There is one other section of the map I do want to show you before we head towards the D2 extract. And it's located back up here. The main reason I want to show you this is it's really good for food task items. So, for example, if you're on the starting Jaeger task where you got to hand over the nudes and the beef and stuff like that. So you have a ration supply crate here. If we go upstairs, you can have food spawn on this shelf, and we are underneath one of the barracks buildings. I think it's the Bishop one. And that's where the co-op extract is. Just to give you a bit more identification of where we are. Coming back downstairs, we hook it to the left. And we have ration supply crate, and another ration supply crate. So there's 4 ration supply crates right on top of each other. So generally speaking, really good to get your food task items there. And then this is another way to go in. So there's the bishop building and then down into the bottom. Before we go down into the D2 extract, I will take note that there are more technical or more supply crates here. One there, and there's 2 up the top and 1 down the bottom. Only loot these ones if you are either a player scav or you are in a decent sized squad and you've cleared the whole area, because you will get caught out. There is a actual intel spawn on top of the box inside the helicopter, and there's 3 weapon crates. So there's one up there. There's usually one somewhere on the side here. There's one up the top here. Maybe it's on the ground. And there's another one at the back here. All right, from the pawn building, going down towards the bottom as well. Now, down, this is where the bunker like level is pressed. I'll just make it so it's very clear and obvious so you don't get confused. The bunker lever. So coming from that way, moving down here, and this is where you head down to D2. Now, let's talk about D2. I would only ever do this extract if I literally have no other choice, or there's like less than 5 or 10 minutes left. You've missed the train, and for some reason we're in this map for a long time. There is people that camp this like as a job. They literally spend their whole life just camping down here. There is so many angles that you just cannot cover them all, and on top of that, like they could wait here for you to open that door, and the second you open that door, they throw an impact nade, and there's nothing you can do about it. Even if you were like opening the door and you like came around the corner straight away, they would have the impact nade already primed. They would have heard you coming down, they would have primed it, and they would just wait for you to open that door, throw it, and you're dead. There is so many ways that they can kill you down here, it's not even funny. So, either really late in the raid, or you have no other choice, but realistically, you got to check behind each door. They can wedge themselves behind doors, they can climb up. For example, on here, they can even jump up there and get on top of that. They can hide down the bottom of this and shoot you from like the bottom here. When you're running past, they'll just stand up and shoot you, and then they'll find other cheeky ways inside the server room and that. So I would just say don't even stress about coming down here. Red Rebel, it's worth the investment if you're a reserve main. As for down here, you can get vertexes and stuff like that. So vertex spawns, aces spawns. There's another safe located in that room down the back, and some filing cabinets and a computer. This passageway, there's not a lot of loot on the side rooms. But if you run down to the end here and you follow it all the way up, that takes you back up to the dome where we started at the very beginning. You can get some weapon parts along the bottom here, and then there's also like coftum spawns and that on these shelves, and like military tubes and stuff. But yeah, once the lever's on, obviously there's all the little hidey holes. They can climb up the top, mate. They'll be everywhere. They're in the walls. And the worst part about this is there is a way for them to see through the wall, see how many people are in your squad, see how many people are running down here, and I still don't think this is patched. I won't explain how you do it, but it's just, understand, I wouldn't even bother coming down here. I'd rather hit the Hermetic door and run out, go no backpack or Red Rebel. They literally come down here, they lay it down, and they look through the wall, and then after they've done that, they know how many people are coming in your squad. They know everything about you, what gear you're wearing and everything, and then it's just game over. So until BSG even patch that, I wouldn't even stress too much about it. Intel spawn on the top and on the bottom. Duffel bags spawn here. You've got the 2 jackets. You also have a duffel bag that spawns there. And then as you run out the bottom, you flick the lever. It's loud, so I'll just... Okay, in offline mode, it makes no noise. So what's going to happen is, in online raids, the door would open and it would be like going... like, not like a vacuum cleaner, but more bassy. And it's super loud. In offline, apparently, it's dead quiet. So yeah, like I said, avoid D2 at all costs. Unless you've got the quest that makes you come down here. There's 2 quests. You have other options being no backpack or taking the cliff descent being the Red Rebel. And Hermetic door. They're your other options in the train. But once this door's open, you extract through here. And that's it. So that is pretty much reserve done. Try my best to cover everything I could. All the good loot spawns, all the danger areas and things to watch out for. It is a pretty rough map to try and survive. And so try and use those other things to your advantage, like taking the sewer extract or going in squads and stuff. Going down into the bunker area, it is a lot of players down there. Scavving in to this map is probably the best way for you to learn it without getting clapped all the time. Like obviously do the offline raid, follow along to actually get your bearings around the map. But once you have your bearings, scavving around is probably going to be the highest chance of you surviving. Just going down and checking all these filing cabinets and all that. And then as you get better as a PMC, you'll be able to have a bit more chance at surviving. I am trying to get all my new player guides up to date. In the meantime, if you are enjoying them, make sure you check out the other ones. Like and comment for the YouTube algorithm. If you enjoyed the video, it really does help out with discoverability. Share it with your friends. If your friends are new to Tarkov or you know someone new to Tarkov that needs help learning some of the maps and checking out the new player guides. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Help me get to the 1 million subs. We're trying really hard this year to update all the guides, get everything all ridgy-dig and looking schmick. So then we look like a professional YouTube channel. So let's get to that 1 million subs. Besides that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. And lastly, I'll see you next time.